Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In today's lecture, we are going to learn how to find an equation if its roots are given. The topic is how to find a quadratic equation when its roots are given to us. So before this lecture we had the equation and we had to do questions in which we had to find the roots. Now we will do the reverse of that procedure. In exercise 2.5 we will do questions in which the roots will be given to us, and we will go back to the equation whose roots are available to us. For that we will derive a formula. Formula is, if you have two roots, let alpha and beta be the roots of the given roots, okay, the given solutions. Then S will denote the sum of these roots and P denotes the product of these roots. Okay, if S denotes the sum of the roots and P denotes the product of the roots, then formula for finding the equation of the equation whose roots are alpha and beta will be, the formula is x square minus s x plus p equals to 0. This is the main formula that we are going to follow. First we are going to find the sum of the roots, then the product of the roots, and then we are going to put the values of s and p in this formula to get the required quadratic equation. This will give us the quadratic equation whose roots are alpha and beta. How do you derive this formula? Let me first prove this formula. Derivation of the above formula. Now derivation of the formula is that, as you know, we will be given the roots, so let alpha and beta be the roots given to us. It means that the values of x are alpha and beta. Now if x is equal to alpha or x is equal to beta, these are the two roots, then if I shift alpha to the left hand side, what will be the result? X minus alpha will be equal to 0, subtracting alpha from both the sides, and similarly over here subtracting beta from both the sides. Okay, so it means if x is equal to alpha, then obviously x minus alpha will be equal to 0, and x is equal to beta, shifting beta to the left hand side, x minus beta is equal to 0. We will get these two factors. Now if these two factors are 0, then obviously their product is also their product is also must be equal to 0 if one of them is 0 or both are 0. Okay, so if the product is equal to 0, so multiplying these two equations, these two factors, what we are going to get? X square minus beta x minus alpha x plus alpha into beta is equal to 0, and taking negative sign common from negative x and x common from these two, you will get alpha plus beta in the bracket x plus alpha into beta. So this is the quadratic equation whose roots are alpha and beta. We have obtained a quadratic equation by using the condition that x is equal to alpha and x is equal to beta. It means that this is the quadratic which is having the roots alpha and beta. If I write S for the sum of the roots and P for the product of the roots, we will get this formula that we had already written. So this is how you derive the formula, and for the exercise you just need to remember this formula. Roots will be given to us and we will find the equation by using this formula. This whole is the derivation of the formula, that is the concept, and in exercise we will need this formula only. So let's start the exercise. Basic formula that we are going to use is x square minus sx plus p equals to 0, where s is the sum of the roots and p is the product of the roots. So let us start the exercise. Question number 1 is very easy. In this they have given us the roots. Question number 1, write the quadratic equation having the following roots. So they have given us the roots 1, 5, 4, 9, negative 2, 3, 0, negative 3, 2, negative 6, and this, and you have to find the equation. The roots are given to us. Let me try one question. Let us try G and H, because they are the harder ones. So I will try 1G. The question is, the roots are 1 plus iota and 1 minus iota. You have to find the equation corresponding to these roots. So it means that alpha, one of the roots is 1 minus iota, and beta is 1 plus iota, and beta is 1 minus iota. In order to find the roots by using this formula, we need to find the sum of the roots. These are the roots. So S will be 1 plus iota plus 1 minus iota. So this will be 1 plus iota plus 1 minus iota, and this will give us the answer 2. So this implies that S is equal to 2. Now finding the product will be alpha into beta, that is 1 plus iota into 1 minus iota. A plus b into a minus b is a square minus b square. This will be 1 minus, and we know that iota square is equal to minus 1. So we will get the answer 1 plus 1 equals to 2. So again the product in this case is also by chance equal to 2. Now in order to find the equation, the formula is x square minus sx plus p equals to 0. So putting the values of s and p from here, we are going to get the required equation. So this is the equation whose roots are given to us. You can easily verify it by doing the reverse procedure by factorization. If you find the roots, you are going to get these two numbers. Okay, by factorization or by using quadratic formula, obviously you are going to get these two roots. So you can verify your answer also, okay, if you want to, but this much is enough for this question. Now question number 1, part H is you are given the roots 3 plus under root 2 and 3 minus under root 2. These are the two roots which is given to us. Let me name them as alpha, and let the second root be beta. Now alpha plus beta will be 3 plus under root 2 plus 3 minus under root 2. This is S, the sum of the roots. Cancelling out under root 2, we are going to 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. So S, this implies that S will be equal to 6. Now finding the product, alpha into beta will be 3 plus under root 2 into 3 minus under root 2. A plus b into a minus b will be a square minus p is equal to 7 and s is equal to 6. So the equation will be using this formula. The required equation is x square minus s is 6 plus p is 7. So this is the required equation. This is how you do the rest of the question, the rest of the parts of question number 1. Okay, this is the method by which you can try all the previous part, which are more easy than these two questions. Now moving towards the second question. Question number 2. Okay. Question number 2 is that if alpha and beta are the roots of the equation x square minus 3x plus 6. So we are given an equation and we are given that alpha beta are the roots of this equation. Okay. Form equation whose roots are 2 alpha plus 1 and 2 beta plus 1. Now we are given, now we are dealing with two equations. One is given to us and the roots of this equation are also given to us. And in this question they have given the roots of some other equation, equation 2, which is unknown to us, and we will have to find that equation. Okay, this is equation 1 which is given to us, its roots are also given. The roots of the second equation is given, but they have not given us the equation, and we have to form the equation. Okay, form equation whose roots are this, this, this and this. One by one we are going to take these roots and we are going to form the required equation. For that we will need the sum of these roots and the product of these roots to get to the equation whose roots are these numbers. Okay, so they have given us the equation x square minus 3x plus 6 equals to 0, and its roots are alpha and beta. Okay, they have given us that the roots of this equation are denoted by alpha and beta. Also they have given us, for example in part A, they have given us the roots 2 alpha plus 1 and 2 beta plus 1, and they want us to find the equation whose roots are these two. So in order to find the equation, obviously we will add these and we are going to multiply these. But first, in finding the sum and the product, we will need alpha plus beta and alpha into beta. Okay, which we are going to derive from this equation. As alpha and beta are the roots of this equation, so alpha plus beta will be negative b over a, which we have already done. That is minus b is negative 3 over here, as we did in the previous lecture. So it means that alpha plus beta will be equal to 3. Now alpha into beta is equal to c over a. C is 6 over here, the constant, over a is 1. So alpha into beta is equal to 6. So now we know alpha plus beta, these two were the sum, the roots of this equation. So their sum is equal to 3 by using the relation of the roots and the coefficient that we did in exercise 2.4 and 2.3. We did that alpha plus beta is equal to this, and alpha into beta is equal to c by a. Now we know alpha plus beta and alpha into beta. This we will require while adding these and multiplying these. Okay, so now if you want to find the equation whose roots are 2 alpha plus 1 and 2 beta plus 1, then obviously you will need the sum of these two roots. Okay, so the sum will be equal to the addition of these roots, means we have to add these roots. So 2 alpha plus 1 plus 2 beta plus 1, this will be equal to 2 alpha plus 2 beta, 1 plus 1 will be 2, taking 2 common from all of them or from the first two only if you want. Okay, twice alpha plus beta is, we know, is equal to 3, and that is why I had calculated alpha plus beta and alpha into beta before doing this. Okay, this and this will give us 2 3s are 6, 6 plus 2 will be 8. So S will be equal to 8. It means that the value of S, the sum of the roots, is 8. Now we need to find the product. In order to find the product, we will have to multiply these two expressions, 2 alpha plus 1 and 2 beta plus 1. Now multiplying 2 alpha with 2 beta, we are going to get 4 alpha into beta, 2 alpha with 1, 2 alpha, 1 into 2 beta plus 1. This is equal to 4 alpha into beta plus twice alpha plus beta plus 1. 4 alpha into beta is given by 6 plus 2 alpha plus beta is 3 plus 1. So if I multiply these two, 4 into 6 is 24 plus 6 plus 1. Okay, so this is 30 and 31. So the product is equal to P after this calculation is equal to 3. So S and P are given to us. Now if you want to find the equation, we are just going to use this formula and we will get the required equation. So S is equal to 8 and P is equal to 31. So the formula to find any quadratic is equal to x square minus sx plus p equals to 0. For this we needed sum and product which we have calculated. Now I am just going to put their values. X square minus s is 8x plus p is 31. So this is the required equation. Okay, now second part of question number 2 is as all these part depends upon alpha plus beta and alpha into beta of this equation, I am going to calculate alpha plus beta over here and then use it in all the parts. Okay, this is minus b over capital A negative 3 over 1 3 alpha plus beta is equal to 3 and alpha into beta is equal to c by a, which is equal to 6 over 1, which is equal to 6. So alpha into beta is equal to 6. Okay, so I'm going to use these two in all the remaining parts because all the parts are dependent upon this alpha and beta. Now the B question number 2 part B is the roots that are given to us are alpha square and beta square. In order to find the equation, obviously I will need the sum of these roots, okay, and the product P of these roots. Okay, in order to find the sum alpha square plus beta square, obviously I will require this expression. Now we know that alpha plus beta is equal to 3. It was given to us, this equation, and these roots, they were given to us. So squaring both the sides so that we can get an expression of this form. Alpha plus beta whole square is equal to 9. Alpha square plus beta square plus twice of alpha and beta is equal to 9. So alpha square plus beta square plus twice of alpha into beta is 6 is equal to 9. So alpha square plus beta square is equal to, this will be 2 6 are 12, 9 minus 12, which is equal to negative 3. So sum of the roots is -3, sum is -3, and the product will be alpha square into beta square, which is equal to alpha into beta whole square, which is equal to alpha into beta is 6. 6 whole square is equal to 36. This implies that P equals to 36. Now in order to get to the equation, we have to write the formula x square minus sx plus p equals to 0. Sum of the roots, which is -3, and product of the roots is 36. So the required equation will be x square minus -3x plus 36 equals to 0. This is equal to x square plus 3x plus 36 equals to 0. So this is the required answer. Now let's move to the next part. Part C is that the roots which are given to us are 1 over alpha and 1 over beta. We will require their sum equals to and their product in order to find the equation. Now let's find the sum. First, this will be 1 over alpha plus 1 over beta, which will be equal to, taking the LCM, this is going to be beta plus alpha over alpha into beta. Alpha plus beta is 3 over alpha into beta is 6. So it is 1 by 2. This whole implies that S is equal to 1 by 2. Now the product is equal to 1 over alpha into beta, that is 1 over alpha into beta is 6, putting its value. So this implies that the product is 1 over 6. So the required equation will be x square minus sx plus p equals to 0. This is the formula. Okay. Putting the value of s and p in this formula, we are going to get, in order to resolve this denominators, we are going to take the LCM of these two, which is 6, and multiply it on both sides of the equation. The LCM is 6 overall. Okay. Take the LCM of all the denominators and multiply it on both the sides. This will resolve all the fractions in the given equation. Not 1 by 6, 6. 6x square minus, this will be 3x plus 1 equals to 0. 6 will be cancelled out with 6 over here, and 2 and 6 will be cancelled out to give 3. So this is the required equation. Now part D is alpha over beta plus beta over alpha. This is easy to attempt. Now I will do part E for you. Okay, and this you can attempt, and do let me know if you have a problem. Part E is alpha plus beta, 1 over alpha plus 1 over beta. These are the two roots. This is the first root and this is the second root. Now in order to find the equation, obviously we will need the sum of these roots. So let me add the first root plus the second root. This is what we will require. Okay, so let us calculate. Alpha plus beta from here is 3, plus over here I will take LCM first, and then alpha plus beta is 3 and alpha into beta is 6, so this is going to be 3 by 6. Okay, or 3 plus 1 by 2. Taking LCM, this will be 6 plus 1, 7 by 2. So S will be 7 by 2. Now we will find the product. This is S. Okay. And the product will be alpha plus beta into 1 over alpha plus 1 over beta. This is multiplication sign. Now alpha plus beta into, taking LCM, beta plus alpha over alpha into beta. Now alpha plus beta is 3. This is also 3 over alpha into beta is 6. Okay, so over here this will be 3 by 2. It means that the product will be 3 by 2. Now as we know the product and sum of both of the roots, so it's easy to find the equation now. Sum is 7 by 2 and P is 3 by 2. This is what we have calculated so far. Now in order to find the equation, we will write the formula. And x square minus sum is 7 by 2, x plus product is 3 by 2. Now multiplying 2 on both the sides in order to dissolve the denominators. 2x square, 2 when multiplied with this 2 will be cancelled out and we will get 7x plus 3 equals to 0. This will be the required equation. Okay, and this completes question number 2. Now question number 3 same as question number 2, only we have a different equation which is given to us. So these things are going to be different, otherwise the method is same as question number 2. And question number 3, again we are given that if alpha and beta are the roots of the equation x square plus px plus q, we are given an equation and we are given the two roots of this equation, and we have to find a second equation, form equation whose roots are alpha square and beta square, alpha over beta, beta over alpha. So we have to find the equation whose roots are this, and we are given one equation and the roots, and then we are given the roots but we are not given the corresponding equation. We have to find the equation whose roots are alpha square and beta square. The method is same as question number 2, only this equation is changed. So it means that alpha, and it is given that alpha and beta are the roots of this equation. It means alpha plus beta will be equal to negative d over a, which is negative p. That is alpha plus beta is equal to negative p, and alpha into beta is equal to c by a, that is q over 1. This implies that alpha into beta is q. So we are going to use this in all the part. The first part is that the roots are alpha square and beta square. We have to form an equation whose roots are alpha square and beta square. It means that we will need the sum of these roots and the product of these roots. The method is same as before. In order to find alpha square and beta square, we are going to take alpha plus beta, negative p, taking square of both the sides, this will be equal to alpha square plus beta square plus twice alpha into beta is equal to p square. So alpha square plus beta square plus twice alpha into beta is q. So alpha square plus beta square is equal to p square minus 2q. And alpha into beta is equal to, if you want to find the product, that will be alpha square into beta square. Now this is s because these were the roots. Okay, alpha square plus beta square, which we have found as alpha square plus beta square is p square minus 2q by following this procedure. So sum of the roots alpha square plus beta square is equal to p square minus 2q. Now the product of the roots is alpha square into beta square, which can be written as alpha into beta whole square. Now alpha into beta is q, so it means that p is equal to q square. Okay, so capital P, the product will be equal to q square. This is small p and this is capital. This is denoting the product and this p is denoting this coefficient. Okay, don't confuse both of them. Now the equation is x square minus sx plus p equals to 0. So the required equation will be x square and minus s is p square, small p square, minus 2q x plus p is q square. This will be minus p square minus 2qx plus q square. This is the required equation. Okay, let us do the last part of this question and the exercise. That is also easy. In the second part, it is given that the roots are alpha over beta and beta over alpha. So the sum will be alpha plus beta plus beta over alpha. We will require the sum and the product alpha over beta. Let me denote it by primes, okay, so that we don't confuse it with this p and q, with this p. Okay, alpha into beta over alpha. This will be the product of these two, and which is equal to 1. So we don't need to calculate anything because we have already got a specific answer for this. The only thing that we need to calculate is this. So s prime will be alpha square plus beta square, taking the LCM, over alpha into beta. Again we will require alpha square plus beta square. Let me name this as equation 1. This we are going to get from this equation. In order to calculate alpha square plus beta square, what we are going to do, we are going to take this equation, squaring both the equation, we will get e square. So alpha square plus beta square, just that we did in the previous part. Twice alpha into beta is q. This implies that alpha square plus beta square will be p square minus 2q. Okay. So putting the value of alpha square plus beta square from equation 2 in equation, what we are going to get, s dash will be p square minus 2q over alpha into beta is q from this equation. So we got the value of s as the sum of the roots as this, and the product was equal to 1. So now we can form the equation. Because the product is the sum is p square minus 2q by q, and the product as we have calculated over here is equal to 1. So in order to write the equation, write the formula. This will be sum of the roots plus product of the roots. So putting the values, we are going to get x square minus sum of the roots is p square minus 2q over q x plus 1 equals to 0. So x square minus, taking LCM or multiplying both sides by q, we are going to get qx square minus p square minus 2q x plus q equals to 0. This I have done by multiplying q both sides of the equation. When we multiply this, we are going to get this equation, and this is the required equation, and this completes the exercise as well as the question.